Yo, what's good? Welcome back, everybody. It's the community outreach segment on What's Up With That, Truth Not Tradition. You know, we grinding for God all the time. Unorthodox style of street minister King G. Khalid. Always trying to find a positive that comes from the negative. How a rose can really grow out of the concrete. You hear me? How a light can shine from the dark, man. I got a lot of really big things coming up here real soon. This Saturday, I believe it's 6:25. Mama Jones from Love and Hip Hop New York, Lady T Witt from Real Housewives of Baltimore has asked me to come on out and open this event up in prayer. This is a book signing event and a wine tasting I believe that they're doing for Mama Jones. And I am honored to be able to open this thing up in prayer and actually share some of my testimony, but motivational speaking is kind of what I'm getting into these days. So, you know, the Lord has been using me in all kinds of different ways. So I just want to do that. Next week, YGT, got to give a shout out to YGT, your girl Tasha. She's going to be coming on. So yeah, if you rocking with YGT, tune in because she's doing a lot for the community. She's going to help me do a lot of different things. And then we got the Triangle Resource and CR Waters out here cooking with a cause in collaboration with DC Dream, teaching the kids to normalize philanthropy work. You know, that's always going. Then I got, what we got? We got Baltimore's Roundtable event, Unmuted, Miss Keita Ali Shaw. Y'all need to tune into all that. Hit me on my DM if you need this information. But let me just go ahead and get into it, man, because I got to go ahead and highlight my brother, man. All right, this man right here I'm about to introduce, but I'm pretty much going to let him introduce himself. But like I said, how the light can shine from the dark, my brother. You are inspiration to me. A lot of people don't know much about who you are and what you do in life, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and open all of that stuff up. And you just give me a little bit about your background information, where you're born, you know, what community entrepreneurships and stuff that you like to do right now. What you got?
First of all, I want to say I'm honored, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
My brother, I love you.
I really don't feel as important as you make me feel.
No.
You
are
an average Joe, man.
No. I'm gonna put an end to that, man, because stories like this have to be displayed so our brothers and sisters can learn. Okay, I created the BS movement because breaking the silence, ladies and gentlemen. How can we teach anything about anything if we keep it our mouth shut? It ain't gonna happen. So stories like this need to be exposed. So man, talk to me, man. Where you from, man?
Virginia, man. Small town Virginia. Flatiron Corner.
What?
Little neighborhood.
Not Flatiron Corner.
I guarantee none of y'all never heard of Flatiron.
Man, we got a spot down there we call the Other World, man.
Yeah,
that's how country it is down there, man.
That's our piece.
Believe it or not, it's like 45 minutes down the road right there, for like something short like that.
Skipping the town.
But yeah, so you know, you from Flatiron. Where you at now? What you doing? Where you residing now?
Well, I'm married.
Okay.
I'm a father.
Yeah.
A barber.
Yeah, Barber.
Still in Virginia.
Still in Virginia.
Fredericksburg is where I work, and King George, Virginia.
King George, Virginia, Fredericksburg is where you work?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that King George, Virginia area. Actually, Fredericksburg is where you do a lot of your business and stuff at,
That's
man.
where it's at.
Yeah. Exclusive.
Throw
yeah.
up the X.
Yeah, so my man right here.
Shout out to Chris, J-Rock.
Yeah, shout out to all the fellas in the crew out there.
Bert, Jimmy, my barbers, all my
We're going to talk about Exclusive Chris here in a minute, man. But like I said, stories that come from the dark that shine in the light. I'm going to get into some things because we got to learn about a lot of different things and learn about your story. I brought you on here for a reason because let's talk about different things that had happened into your life that got you to where you are today, what inspired you to get there, and then actually some early life things. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this man is special to me. Just briefly, real quick, I'm gonna tell you, I grew up with this man. He kind of raised me for real. He pulled me in when I was about 11 years old, man, something like that. I was a lost child dealing with a lot of early childhood trauma. Didn't have no family, no nothing, man. And I was learning how to do this and do that. And he taught me how to do it even better, protecting me. But I'm gonna let him get into that. But speaking of life like that, we met at an early age and we was dealing with a lot of early childhood trauma, man. Can you want to hit, you know, did you deal with a specific thing?
Honestly, man, I'm 46 years old.
Okay, yeah.
So I come up under the crack cocaine era.
Yeah.
Crack cocaine affected our whole community.
It did. It shattered
to this
families.
day. But a couple generations were shattered into pieces because of crack cocaine.
Of course. And this destruction in the community that you were living in, not trying to get into specifics or anything, but this forced you out there to really just react and act a certain type of way. Is this true? What do you feel like that has something to do with it?
Yes, that has something to do with it. For the most, I was bullied as a kid, so I wanted to, you know, I was bullied in Maryland. We moved from Maryland to Virginia, and I was like, you know what? When I get to Virginia, I'm gonna be the toughest guy in Virginia.
So bullying has something to do with the violence,
with the persona.
behavior.
Yeah, because I never was as
violent
as I wanted to think.
That
I wanted people to think that I was.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hurt nobody. I just wanted people to think I would hurt somebody.
Well,
so every once in a while you gotta.
It wasn't once in a while. We was wrecking all the time. Yeah, all right, let's keep it a buck. Yeah. You being real generous right now. You's on live TV. Look, this is truth, not tradition, Slim. We gotta get it real, man. Come on, let's get it popping. Give me that raw, uncut stuff, man.
I did a lot of fighting.
All right, talk to me, man. We know fighting, gunplay, hustling, banging, selling drugs, man. All this. Is this all something that you took part in? Like what?
I've been shot a couple times.
Yeah.
Never shot anyone because I never wanted to hurt anyone. I just wanted to keep people up off me, which caused me to have to, you know.
Down with the gunplay, you know, always rolling with the pistols.
I had to keep a pistol on me because I was constantly being shot at. Yeah. Like I said, I've been shot twice.
Well, you said you came up in the 90s crack game, man. What do you, yourself? I had a long time dealing with selling drugs and stuff, man. At a very early age, I had started selling drugs and stuff, and it had really messed my mind up mentally on how to really handle and hold on to money. And this is something that we were struggling when we was kids, man. We were out there hustling a lot, man, selling drugs, trying to survive.
Crack
because
cocaine.
things wasn't really great for us at the time, correct?
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. We got family, we got friends, and our whole environment was taken over by crack cocaine. Most of the guys that I graduated high school with all went to prison for crack cocaine. All of the dads, the uncles, the elders in our community, they all were affected by crack cocaine.
Well, moms, not just the elders. How about us and our crew?
Absolutely.
I mean,
they trickle right down.
It was a handful of us to get in our story. Maybe about 8 of us got together as young lost kids, and Hev took us in and formed a crew. And I wanted to get into that because you did form a crew. And at the time, it would be looked at as a negative thing. But for real, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't have families. We didn't have really anything. We were lost kids, and we found love within each other. Even though Hev was really holding us together and supporting us or whatever, and what we did and teaching us the game and fighting and all that good stuff, but he was helping us be protected, man. He was saving us. So, you know, that ended up in a lot of murders of our closest friends, man. Who we got, man? Come on, we got to give him a shout out, man.
Yeah, shout out to Glenwood Cupid, one of the best friends a guy could ever have. Rest in peace.
Yeah, unfortunately lost his life at a very young age.
He died a violent death.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Paul Cross.
Yeah, that's my
Whiteface. I miss you, brother. Tattoo on my arm.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. He was shot and killed.
Killed violently too.
Rest in peace to Brent Cross.
Yeah, his brother. R.I.P. to Brent. Then we got Booba and Dirty Rick.
Rest
I mean, it's a couple names of these people. And these are all people that lost their lives to the street life. By going down the wrong path and not really having things like this show right here or this word from brothers that's been through that to talk about it, to see what the results of it is. But there is a good thing that can come behind all this negative behavior, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to push right off of all that negative stuff, bro. Let's get into the whole reason why we're here, which is how the light can shine from the dark. Man, let's showcase what's really popping in now. That's all the old past life, man. We just took off the old self and now we done put on the new self. We done give the next chapter of our lives to God and doing positive things, man. Absolutely. So let's just go into what you did do positive. Man, you protected us as kids. You raised us pretty much to be men.
You say that, but I felt safe when you was around.
He always be trying to tell me that I was his protector all the time.
It's just the truth. It is what it was.
I mean, I was all right with them things, you know. I'm all right with them things, you know.
Not all right. God gave you a talent. I'm going to tell you when I first realized it was something special about you. We was at your house. You was a kid, 11, 12 years old, and you're maybe younger, and you're flipping off your balcony. And I'm like, what are these, a ninja or something? I knew you were special.
I appreciate
you. You always included God in your life.
Okay.
Playing football, you used to hit people.
Y'all say I used to say I was a minimum
number 27.
Oh man, come on, let's stop. You're getting off me. You're getting off me. I just highlighted your show for you. Listen. Everybody pay attention. One day I will have an interview, that day will come, but we're not going to get off the topic, which is highlighting my brother right here. He has a story that's just as impactful as mine in so many different ways. I ain't going to say anything but take nothing from this man. So check this out. When did you figure out that barbershopping was your passion? Because I heard you said your name is Will the Barber, so you like to cut hair. You used to cut my hair when we was kids, because like I said, you raised us, so you used to cut our hair. You used to have some of the freshest cuts. No disrespect, Bert, Jimmy, all the other crew that work for him now, that was our idols that we looked up to.
All of us are great.
Yeah, they are great, but this one right here, yeah, exclusive all the crew. But yeah, when did you find your passion for it, man? Because you ended up, the dark story ended up bad because you ended up incarcerated. So let's talk about that a little bit. Incarceration.
Incarcerated in federal penitentiary is where I decided that I would cut hair for a living.
What was they facing you with first?
Well, you know how they tell you you're gonna get life, you're gonna get 10, 20 years, but I wound up getting 11 and a half years.
What was the charges that you was facing, my brother? You don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it was, what was the charges? Carrying a firearm while being carrying a firearm in furtherance of your drug trafficking trade.
They had you pinned down as a drug trafficking person, man. Actually, you made the newspaper where we were from. Yeah. Our whole crew was in the newspaper. And I'm only showing us the raw. And the reason why I'm bringing these things up, because the story at the end of this thing is so impactful. I mean, it's so impactful, man. I promise you. Check this out. So not only protecting us, raising us, cutting our hair, you always kept us close to God. You know that, right? Through all the pain and struggling we was doing, you always kept us close to God. What we did, I mean, for some odd reason.
That's why we're still here.
Yeah. You always protected us, man. And is this the upbringing that you had? Was you a good upbringing in church? Where did the love for God that you have come from?
It came from, well, my mom is a preacher.
Yeah.
And she kept us in church.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? My family, I have a large family, and half of them go to church.
Yeah.
And praise the Lord every Sunday. And I believe in God, and my parents instilled that in me.
Yeah, well, that instilled into you, instilled into us, because you kept us close to God. We always prayed all the time. Even when we was out there making moves, dope boy moves, man, we had to say a prayer. Lord, please forgive us.
Always.
But we was definitely trying our best to stay on the good side of things. You know what I mean?
But the devil is strong.
Oh, the devil is very strong, man.
The devil is strong.
And it's taking over our communities. We'll get into that, man. And this is definitely... this whole segment is for better in the community. Yeah, y'all learn from this story. Y'all pay attention and listen how this thing ends up. Very beautiful thing. So you were just saying that in prison, you finally found your passion to cut hair, correct?
Well, in prison, I decided that's what I was going to do with my life, to, take care of myself, to make money.
Because at the time, there was nothing else. Did you finish high school? I
graduated high school.
Yeah, any college, any furtherance education, anything like that?
Nah.
Just selling dope. That's what we were good at. Yeah, I
was surrounded by it. Like I said, everybody, I can name 10 people in my graduating class, and they all went to federal prison for selling crack cocaine. So it came in and affected a lot of guys, in which that crack had not came, I feel like, because we were all intelligent cats. We could have did so much other. And we go to prison, we get out, and we open business, and we thrive.
Exactly.
We could have did it from the start.
Well, you just let a little egg out the bag right there.
Yeah. In prison is where I realized how important a barber is to the community.
Amen.
Even the prison community.
One of those things that you'll always have to have is a barber.
And my passion is not for cutting hair.
Yeah.
My passion is for being able to talk to people every day.
Really?
And give them, that's what my passion is, to talk to the kids, try to stir them down the right path.
Wow.
Use my platform.
And y'all hear this, ladies and gentlemen. Ex-dope boy, this is what his passion ended up being. He found his passion in prison. I mean, Barber and cutting hair said something that he was going to do to take care of himself and his new family or whatever that he did when he got out of prison. And then next thing you know, he falls in love with just talking to people and the kids. Isn't this amazing?
I'm in love with it.
So check this out. So Barber's license and schooling and courses and stuff like that. Share it to the young brothers and sisters, because if there's a young brother and sister that's out there that's lost in the penitentiary, that's lost in the system, that's out there trying to figure out a purpose in life, my man Heavy got a purpose right here. He'll tell you, man, this is a breakthrough for him. So what you had to do? You went to school? How many weeks is it? What it cost? Like, is it affordable? What is it?
What happened to me, and I practice the same way now, is what I do. What happened to me was I was a guy's barber in prison.
Yeah.
I got a letter from his mom. He had been telling her about this barber. She owned 2 salons in Fredericksburg. Miss Pam Jones, thank you so much for the opportunity. Miss Pam Jones,
put my man on.
You. I was in federal prison in North Carolina, Butner, North Carolina. And I get a letter from this guy, what was his name? I can't remember his name. I get a letter from his mom, and she said, I got a job for you. I've heard a lot about you. My sons told me about your work ethic, and you're a great barber, and I would love for you to come to my salon and cut when you come home. So I was like, wow. So I got to thank them for that opportunity.
And that's not getting your license. That you just was able to walk right out of the prison and start making a little bit of money on the side, correct?
Right.
Okay.
But it is there where I was signed up under the apprenticeship program.
Apprenticeships program. Okay, y'all, listen up. Apprenticeships programs, they're available out there if you're learning how to become a barber, things like that.
And that allows you to allow someone to learn how to learn the trade, hands-on, and get the hours to get your license without paying a high price.
But then you have to take the actual written test.
You got to go take the test.
So this is listen to what we just learned, ladies and gentlemen. There's an alternate route that you can go in the apprenticeship program. You can train underneath somebody, and once you get qualified for that, you just take the written test, boom, pay you a little bit of money, and bam, you got your license. You can go out there and start making you some money.
At 16 is when you can
16 years old too, young buds. Hey, little
Shout
sons,
out to J-Rock,
young sons,
young
all
apprentice.
y'all, listen up. You know, if you want to get a career started at 16, hey, Hev, just put us on. All right, so barbershops. The 2 barbershops, creating jobs in community, because y'all brought you here as a community advocate leader, man. All right, you got 2 barbershops in Fredericksburg. You started off with one, it was packed house, da-da-da. Now I heard you venturing off into beautician work, and you open up a salon on the other side of the barbershop.
Shout out to my exclusive ladies.
Exclusive
What's up,
Chris
ladies?
and the rest of the crew. Talk to me about that. Those businesses. How they come about, spring about?
Well, basically, I starting off, I got out of prison in 2011.
Okay.
By 2015, I opened my own shop, a little small shop. But, by the grace of God, business grew, and I had to leave that shop and open a bigger shop.
Already.
Yeah, me and my cousin Chris, we got together. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
It was a young cat.
Mm.
He was doing
Motivated.
all the new, latest, greatest tricks, and I was like, yo, I want to invest in that kid.
You did.
Because I saw the passion that I have for talking to the kids.
Yeah.
He actually has for cutting hair.
Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a story that comes from, the dark, but now it's shining in the light. My man, you heard it raw and uncut. We talked about the negatives, but now let's check out the positives, man, and open up 2 barbershops, creating jobs in the community. The brothers that we used to grow up and get our haircuts from and look up to, now they work for you.
I wouldn't say they work for me.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
We work together.
That's a good owner right there.
And I learn from them every day. We learn from each other.
Jimmy, Bert, all the crew, man, all y'all, it's big love. Y'all been cutting my hair since I was a young child too, man. I love y'all, man. I love all y'all. So let's move into a little bit of the stuff that you did with me one time, because I have to share this, and they need to know how it feels that I had created. The Lord had used me and created this philanthropy team, and I go amongst the city and I feed the homies. I call them homies, ladies and gentlemen. Operation Love the Homies. Got to give a shout out to Operation Love the Homies, man. All right, the Triangle Resource, CR Wellness, all the crew out there, YGT and all. But check this out. So I created, the Lord had me create this event, and I brought barbers out, I brought food, medication, all these things out, and you came out there and you cut hair. You actually came and delivered and cut a lot of the homies' hair on site, regardless of whatever they were going through.
That day.
Talk to me. How did that make you feel, my brother?
It made me feel great. I lost 8 pounds that day out there in the sun. But just seeing what you was out there doing in the community, I told you I would come. I didn't want to let you down. And I'm going to tell you, God was in my hands that day. He was in the clippers that day. I'm telling you, because I came with my battery operated clippers. And I say to myself, the box tell you these clippers only have 3-4 hours of battery life. Yeah. Man, I cut hair 7 or 8 hours straight, and the clippers
only
never
by the
died.
strike of God. You can't tell me
Clippers
God
never
ain't real.
died.
Hey, my man said earlier, he was like, man, you got to see God. Everybody be like, yo, G, you tripping. How you see God? I'm going to tell you how you see God. You see a car that crashed and flipped 25 times and somebody walk out that jump with no scratch? Yeah, you just saw God, okay? All right, let's pay attention to the signs, my brother. So speaking about that, clippers is in your hand. But how did it make you feel to do that for them, man?
It felt amazing.
Amazing,
and
correct?
I want to do it again.
Do it again? We will. And that's something that we will endeavor into moving forward at all times. So tell me a little bit more about that day. Didn't we sing a little bit? I mean, I heard you sing a little something,
we
man.
sung our song. That's our song.
What song was that, man?
Bring it on home to me.
That's that Sam Cooke. Bring it on home to me. I'll give you money and jewelry too. Yeah, man, we having a good time. I hope y'all enjoying yourself. Do y'all hear this amazing story, y'all? Come on, y'all can't tell me that this ain't straight God's work right here, man. I mean, God can always turn a negative into a positive, man. This is what he does, man. This is what God does, because the victory is always in God's hands, man. So listen, the positive impact on the community, creating jobs,
Definitely.
creating positive environments.
Absolutely.
A lot of people come to your shop not only for cuts.
Pull your
now.
pants up, youngin.
Yeah, all that. Teaching them etiquette.
Yeah.
You're teaching the children. You're talking to them, correct?
Yeah,
So this is
absolutely.
not only a barbershop, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the Fredericksburg area and you're not going to Head Shop yet, Exclusive is on the map. You need to check it out. Go over there. Bring your kids over there, man. You teach them life lessons, the results of bad decisions.
128
Man.
Old Greenwich Drive.
There it is. 128 Old Bridge
check us
Drive,
out.
whatever you're talking about.
If you want to learn how to cut hair, come check us out. There's nothing but love. We got some of the best barbers in Fredericksburg, and we're going to show love. We're going to give you game for free.
All right.
Come check us out.
My brother just keeps leading things right on into what they're supposed to be. Dreams, future, what you really looking forward to doing, ladies and gentlemen. You said something to me about some type of learning. It was a name for it. What you said that you got coming up?
Exclusive Barber School.
Exclusive Barber School. Is it apprenticeship style or what you gonna do? Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. My brother got dreams. All right, big dreams about doing what? Open up a what?
Opening up a barber school.
Man.
Teach people how to cut hair. Teach them how to be a barber.
Hey, look, everybody that's out there, man, pray for my brother Heavy right here, man. Shoot up the prayers up to heaven, man. Have him open up a school down there in Fredericksburg so the young brothers and sisters that's down there that's lost, that need to find some positivity, man, they
It's
can
in
go
the
to my
back.
man's head shop called Exclusive School and they can grind out for God, man. This is unreal, man. I really appreciate you sharing this story, man.
Thank you for inviting me, man. I appreciate it.
Ah, man, we got to give some shout outs to some people, man. Come on. Let's give us some shout outs, man. All the crew. You got the floor for a minute. Talk to the family. Talk to the people, man.
My beautiful wife, Camille, came with me tonight.
Hey,
Shout out to her.
What's up,
My little girl, Bree. My whole exclusive barber and beauty family. I'm going to name
Exclusive.
Chris, Jimmy, Bert, Chuck, J-Rock, True,
Yeah.
Sharon,
Yeah.
other Sharon,
Yeah, all of them.
Mariah,
Yeah.
Nakaya.
Okay.
We blessed. We got a lot of people.
Hey,
Can't forget
Papa
Kaylin.
Billy, Papa
Come
Billy.
get your nails done, get your
Everybody.
braids done, dreads retwisted, fades, lines. We got it all, and we love y'all.
Hey, so if you're tuning in on the show, if you didn't tune in, you missed a really good one. But if you do tune in, download the Coyote Man Show Network app. Listen, it's live on Roku, Hulu, Amazon Fire TV, iOS, Android. You can download it in your phone. Come on, man. This is What's Up With That, Truth Not Tradition. Our shows will be on
What's
there
up with that?
non-stop, man, flowing. They got so many different interesting venues on there. I mean, short stories, short films. We got people on there acting. We got all kinds of different things. I think they're going to be doing a music segment coming soon. I got to give a shout out to J Baptist 5, man. That's my dog over there. Maranatha and the rest of the crew. Overseer, Dr. Ann Coles and Kingdom Life Outreach Ministries. I got to give a shout out to Pastor Daryl Harrison and Crime Victim Foundations. Queen Afi, Domestic Violence Wears Many Tags. CR Wellness, Chef C Royalty. I could go on days for this, man, but this is your opportunity. Is anybody else that you want to say anything to the kids? I mean, come on, let's talk about it. This is what we're here for.
Yeah, I just want to say, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, how y'all doing? And
Hey,
thank
Mom,
y'all
hey,
for
Dad.
having me. Thank y'all so much. And y'all kids, you can be anything you want to be.
Wow.
Some of the smartest people in the world are young black kids. Not only black, all our youth. Poor, you can come up.
Yeah.
I'm 36 years old. I was in federal penitentiary.
Yeah.
46 years old. I married. I got a kid. A business.
Yeah.
And I'm happy.
I got one for you. This is a little more fresher. About a year and a half ago, I found my sobriety. I was still out here wilding. I had a progressive disease, ladies and gentlemen. A progressive disease of alcoholism. I call it progressive disease because it will progressively kill you. And unfortunately, it just takes a long time for alcoholism to drag you and your family completely out. And I had to suffer. But listen to how this changed. Look what he just said 10 years ago. Now he's opening up barbershops and stuff like that. A year and a half ago, I was still an alcoholic. I still was hustling. I still was banging. I still was manipulating. I lost a whole entire family. I ain't even trying to get in my testimony of things because it ain't about me. But I am talking about the power of God. Because in my darkest moment, and like my brother, my man said earlier, God never leaves your side. It is always us that turns our back on God. He's always right there waiting. He's right there waiting. He was right there waiting for me. And in my darkest moment when I thought I lost it all, he turned all my pain into a purpose, found me into recovery, healed. And now I'm healed, and now I'm giving back. And I give my life to God like my brother does too.
And
he
I
gives
just want
his
to say,
life to
man,
God.
if God can change you, God can change anybody.
You hear this?
Anybody.
You hear the stories that we talking about. I'm bringing more and more stories up to come just like this. Man, we got hitters coming for days. Man, J Baptist Fire got hitters. Y'all hear Apocalypse Rich, man. He's dropping hot, true topics out here that's very touchy that a lot of people are scared to talk about. My man stand fearless, man, because he's at one with himself. He's at one with the spirit, with God. We try to walk in the spirit at all times so we can definitely give you all that raw, real good stuff that you need to learn from. This is what it's about. The BS movement, breaking the silence. Truth, not tradition, man. What's up with that? You feel me?
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all got to give a shout out to my man, Heavy, bro. I really appreciate you coming out
Thank
here
you
and
so
being
much,
raw
man.
and open
I
and sharing
appreciate
your real, true
Thank
story
you.
about where you come from. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all are able to really, really learn from this segment. Tune in next week, YGT, your girl Latasha Carpenter coming up, talking about her community work and the stuff that she does with the Triangle Resource. Man, God is great. We're grinding for God. Unorthodox style of street minister King G. Khalid. This is a community outreach segment. What's up with that? Truth, not tradition. My boy Hev, always out here grinding. You hear me? Yeah.
My man.
Let's get it.
What's up with that? Yeah. Why is it I gotta die even if I comply? These men hands to the sky, government stay telling lies. You really be starting these riots. I promise you, we getting tired. Promise you, these are the facts.